Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be out here as usual, out in nature, being so early in the morning and beholding the rising of the sun, and knowing that whatever the sun shines upon, that it gonna generate abundance. For example, the trees gonna generate abundance, and even us who are being powered by the sun, it is for us also to use this opportunity to generate abundance in our life. That's the reason why I want to speak to you on how to activate the power that is within you to bring you into a place of good health and prosperity. So basically, what you need to know is that the power to achieve good health and prosperity, it is within you. And that's the most important thing that you need to know. And you have to realize, unless you operate or activate that power, you will not be able to come in to the realization of your inner wealth. But before I go any further with this teaching that I know gonna bring value to you, if you listen with an open mind and you do exactly what I'm saying to you to do, let me say this. The basis of my teaching is that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. That the Bible is not literal, neither is the Bible secular history. And that the Bible is written symbolically, and that it has no reference to anyone that existed thousands of years ago, or to any actual event that took place upon earth thousands of years ago. From Genesis 1 to Revelation 22, it's all a great psychological drama. And the reason why I am quoting the Bible to you, or presenting the Bible to you, it is because where I am living, we've been taught or brought up to believe in Christianity, whereby we've been taught the Bible as literal and as secular history, and that has been our spirituality. And for what I know, most people who look like me, melanated people or black people, they have that kind of mentality whereby they believe in a God outside of themselves, or a creator outside of themselves, because of the way they were brought up. So basically, our parents, they would have taught us certain things because that is what was taught to them. And so slavery would have continued among black people, not in a physical way per se, but more in a psychological way. Because the educational system, for example, in my country, is set up in a way to give the children an employee mentality. So when they leave school, what they're going to look for is basically employment. They're not seeing how they can bring value to the rest of humanity. They're not seeing how they can build their country. They're not seeing how they could provide for others. That's the reason why, my brother and my sisters, I always point you where to look to discover the creative power that is within you, to activate that power to bring you into that place of abundance, to bring you into that place of good health, to bring you in that place of wealth. Now, many people see wealth and prosperity just in the form of money, but there are many different forms of prosperity and wealth. So I'm going to point out to you the very first thing that you need to acquire to activate this power. And the very first thing is self-love. You have to love yourself just as you are. Accept yourself. Embrace yourself. And do not put yourself down. Let me give you an example of what is happening in our schools especially let me say in my country. Every morning, the children, they have to gather and have assembly. And I would hear the children singing a song saying that, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew the right spirit within me. Right there in their subconscious mind, they're telling themselves that they do not have a clean heart, that they're not in the right thinking, and that they are calling on a God outside of themselves to create in them that heart, when inside of you already is a heart of abundance, is a heart of thanksgiving, is a heart of peace and joy and love and happiness. And they're robbing you as a little child from the knowledge of all these things by letting you believe that education is the way in life. And so when they do that, they're robbing you of your mental faculties. And all your mental faculties, they are within. That's the reason why I'm always pointing you to look within, to discover the power of your perception, to discover the power of your will, to discover the power of your reasoning, to discover the power of your memory, to remember who you are before you even was expressed in this dimension, to discover the power of your intuition, to discover the power of your imagination, to discover that you are the Lord and Master of your own destiny, and that you can create your reality consciously. So my brothers and my sisters, this whole topic is how to activate the power to achieve your every desire, how to activate the power to bring you good health and prosperity. Now, when we understand the Bible psychologically, we'll understand that Matthew 6 is giving you the key. But I'm just going to stress on Matthew 6:6 at this moment, where it says that whenever you have a desire from the Father, that the Father is within, and that within is in the secret place of your being. So you're told to close the door, which is closing your eyes, to shut out everything and to look within. And it said that your Father who is in secret already know your desire. What does it mean that the Father that is in secret already know your desire even before you ask? Now a word is a thought expressed. Therefore, the thought is already there before the expression or before the manifestation. So when you learn that when you have a thought, you have a spiritual sensation. It is a spiritual sensation. When you have a thought that you already possess the thing, then you would go within and see it through the eye of God, which is the eye of imagination, because your imagination is God. That is God in man. That's the reason why you're told in St. John 1:3 that all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. Teaching you that him is not a man 2,000 years ago, my brothers and my sisters. That him is a personification of your own human imagination, which is the creator in man. So therefore you tap in to that power, that creative power, by closing your eyes and go into meditation. And when you go into meditation, you learn to calm down your mind, calm down your thinking. Now we normally say your mind, but it's your consciousness. You control that consciousness and you focus that consciousness in one place, and that one place should be your intention, knowing exactly what you want. And when you know exactly what you want and you focus on exactly what you want, you go to the end, which means you do not think about how or when. You do not look at the means. You don't need to worry about where you're going to get the money to accomplish that which you want to accomplish. You don't have no need to worry about when. Come on. That's not your business to worry about that. That's the reason why you're told, be anxious for nothing, but in everything to give thanks. Be in a heart of thanksgiving. And when you get into that vibrational frequency, my brothers and my sisters, you must imagine your heart is connected to your brain and sending that communication, and there's a communication link of the heart and the brain. When you do that, you would feel a vibration. And even if you haven't felt a vibration, do not think that you're doing it wrong. Because there's no right and there's no wrong. There's only states of consciousness. It's all in the mind. It's how you see it. It's how you perceive it. So when you do that, according to Matthew 6, and you go in, then you must actually activate also your mental faculties, which is your perception, and your will, which means you must be determined that what you have done, it is done, and that you need to do nothing else but wait on the manifestation. And then sometimes the manifestation might come in the form of an idea, and you have to see that idea as your mustard seed. Then it grow into this big tree. You have to see it that way. You have to recognize when your manifestation is coming into being. But you have to see it in that small. That's why you're told that you must not despise the day of small things. So yes, my brother, my sisters. And then, when you activate that power in you, while you're doing your meditation, you have to realize your reasoning. That you must bring your reasoning under control of the infinite. Because you're operating the power of the infinite. Because that which is within you is the infinite. And that which you see on the outside is the finite. So there are temporal things and there are eternal things. But the temporal things came out of the eternal. So my brother, my sisters, let me just use Matthew 6:6 alone, because there are much more scriptures, but let me just focus on Matthew 6:6. Because if you read that chapter, you will see where it is telling you how to meet your needs. And I'm here saying to you that value is within you, and that value is beyond money. That value is beyond everything else. And that value is the dominion and the power and the authority that is given to you. If you understand the Genesis story, which is the creation story, showing you how you can create your world consciously. That's the reason why I'm playing with you. To understand how powerful this power is and how you must use it wisely, knowing that it is the power of great price, and that this information that I'm bringing to you, there's no amount of money that could be paid to reward this kind of information. Why? Because this is the power that creates money. It is higher than money, but we use it as a form of exchange, as a medium of exchange, and we are actually exchanging energy. We are transferring or transmuting energy. So when you go in or tap into this power, I want you to remember these things that I'm saying to you, that you're transmuting your energy into a form that you can contact. That's the reason why you're told, and the word became flesh and we handle him. And many people believe it's a man 2,000 years ago that the Bible is speaking about. That's the reason why many turn around and call me crazy, because they do not understand that I'm teaching them how they can create their reality consciously. But you see, the love in me is what really drives me to want to teach the rest of humanity how to create their reality consciously. So my brother, my sisters, everything that I will have said to you, I would encourage you to listen this video over and over, because repetition is very important. And there are parts that you're going to pick up that you didn't pick up before. And I'm encouraging you to get your pen and your paper and jot down those points that you think would be very much helpful to you when you go into the theater of your mind and you perform that act of creating, and you are in the realm of your imaginal self. I want you to take all of these information within so that you will reap the benefit. So with that being said, my brother, my sisters, I know that this message of how to activate that power to bring it into good health and wealth, I know as long as you be a doer and not just a hearer, that I'm going to receive your testimonial. But let me say this, always remember, the golden rule of life is to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And let me leave this last point. Never join with those who would comment on YouTube and say that they can get things for free. There's nothing that is for free. The very breath that you're breathing, you're receiving oxygen from the plants and you're giving them back carbon dioxide. So existence itself is on the level of giving and receiving. That's why I'm so grateful to those who have been giving to this work. And those who have been given to this work, I can guarantee you that you're going to receive the most, as long as you take what I'm saying and put it to work in your life. So with that being said, I want to say, if what I'm saying to you, if it's resonating with you and you want to comment, I'm encouraging you to do so now, or to like, or to share this video. Don't just keep this information to yourself only. Share it. It's part of giving and receiving also. Like, give a thumbs up. And always remember that this message that I share with you, that it is the single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 says, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. And my brother and my sisters, hadn't it been that I would have awakened within myself like a fiery being, and would have heard the unearthly wind, and would have exit my skull and became invisible, and been sent to teach you the message of the invisible. And right now I'm teaching you how to take something from the invisible and manifest it in the visible, and live the life that you always want to be. I wouldn't have been out here always giving you the symbol of the single eye by putting my hand right above my crown chakra and saying to you, even the US dollar has the eye above the pyramid. And from your shoulder above is a pyramid. And from your shoulder to your waistline is a pyramid. And from your waistline down to the sole of your feet, it's a pyramid. And that's the tree of life. And I'm teaching you how to tap in to the tree of life and eat of the tree of life by coming in to realize your eternal self that can create all your desires. That's the reason why I always say to you that when you have the experience, you come to realize it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N. And that Psalms 84:11 states that the Lord thy God is a sun and a shield, and no good thing will he withhold from you. That is why no good thing will I also withhold from you, because the sun has risen within me. And Malachi 4:2 says that the sun, as in the S-U-N of righteousness, shall arise in you with healing in his wings. And when we look around, we can see that the sun is the giver of all life. Not an idol 2,000 years ago named Jesus, but the sun, as in the S-U-N, is the giver of all life. And without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. For the sun parallels the human imagination parallels the sun. And the sun is what powers all of humanity. Therefore, my brother and my sisters, my encouragement to you is to use your mind power, which is your sun power, your solar power, your creative power, your God power to achieve your every desire. And this is how you activate the power, by going within. For the kingdom of God is within you. And when you discover the kingdom of God first, then all these things will be added unto you. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all. I'm out.